Kevin McCarthy clearly needs to bring in the big guns. He's already lost 4, count them, 4 bids for the speakership. Well, he's got it, maybe. Last night, Donald Trump was asked what he thinks is gonna happen. Is he supporting Kevin McCarthy? And he declined to back him, which hurts considering what Kevin McCarthy has done to protect Donald Trump. It's also, by the way, cowardly, because Donald Trump should have a dog in this fight. The fact that he's not willing to endorse him specifically or not, he's not endorsing someone else, at that point was, this is a guy who is once again terrified of backing someone and then that person being a loser. Let's keep it real, that's what it is. It's Trump's cowardice, but the cowardice was brief. Donald Trump since then has come out in support of Kevin McCarthy, and Kevin McCarthy did lose again, and so kind of embarrassing for Donald Trump. But here is what Donald Trump said to try to sway the holdouts. Some really good conversations took place last night, and it's now time for all of our great Republican House members to vote for Kevin, close the deal, take the victory, and watch crazy Nancy Pelosi fly back home to a very broken California. The only speaker in US history to have lost the House twice. Republicans do not turn a great triumph into a giant and embarrassing defeat. Too late. It's time to celebrate. You deserve it. Kevin McCarthy will do a good job and maybe even a great job. Just watch. And of course, then Kevin McCarthy goes on to lose in the 4th round. Who knows? Maybe he'll win in the 5th round. So this does look a little bit bad for Donald Trump. The result, maybe not as bad as his follow-up bleat, which said this: if Republicans are going to fight, we ought to be fighting Mitch McConnell and his domineering, China-loving boss, wife, Coco Chow. The harm they have done to the Republican Party is incalculable. He definitely doesn't know that word. Dude's got the thesaurus tab open on his computer. Today, he couldn't be elected dog catcher in Kentucky. Sadly, he only won because of my endorsement, went up 21 points. Sorry, which again is not true. It's ridiculous. And by the way, if he's been so terrible for so long, why did you endorse him? How do you not know that makes you look bad? But Donald Trump now has weighed in. It doesn't appear, let's be clear. It isn't just that Donald Trump endorsing Kevin McCarthy last night didn't cause Kevin McCarthy to win. You'll notice he didn't gain a single vote since the 3rd ballot. Not one person. And by the way, 17 of the defectors were endorsed by Donald Trump. A dozen of them denied the results of the 2020 election. Both of those are signs of attachment to Donald Trump. Not a single one of them switched over as a result of Donald Trump telling them to. And that is telling, both about Kevin McCarthy, but also about Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's getting embarrassing for everyone now, including what Trump's approach has been. But look at this other part about this. From his little truths he had there, his motivational speech to folks to then to get behind Kevin McCarthy now after these first 3, now 4 horrible votes, is let's do it. One point he said, let's do it so we can send Nancy Pelosi home to broken and destroyed California. That's your motivation. This is how we got here. This is how these 20 Republicans who are now pushing back, who followed Donald Trump's lead as far as being these radical, crazy folks who do stuff for their own power without full thought process. It's gone to that because it's let's embarrass the Democrats. That's your motivation when you're governing, when you're supposed to be legislating, when you're trying to start this next Congress that you're in control of. Their motivation is embarrass Nancy Pelosi. She's not in power, bro. But if that's what you're thinking about, this is why it's the clown show that it is. And lastly, from remember his whole NFT thing? A dinner with me, it's not that great, but it's all we got. His glowing endorsement said maybe Kevin McCarthy maybe even might do a great job. Maybe might even do a great job. Really? Is that? It's like if your coach is in the locker room at halftime and you're down by 21 in your football team and your coach goes, hey, if you guys get out there, maybe you might be able to come back if you try, maybe. Yeah. Like, okay, thanks coach.
We're putting in the backup quarterback. He's good, maybe great, I don't know. Just go out there, go out there and do it. Okay, so we're done with the 4th ballot. Let's see how Donald Trump did. Okay, I pointed out that he hadn't gained a vote. And I'm a little bit confused about exactly how to interpret this. I'm hearing different interpretations from different people, but the final result is looking like 177 McCarthy, 20 Donalds, 186 Jeffries, 1 other. And everyone's saying okay, yes, he lost a fourth time, but secretly his supporters were worried that coming into today that he'd actually lose more. So this is actually a good result, which is definitely what I would call losing 4 times in a row, good result. But if one person voted present, then you kind of lost one more. I mean, that's not a durable thing. Maybe they switch on the next one, but this is not the week that Kevin McCarthy was hoping for. And again, like no one that they're gonna put up there is gonna be great or we're gonna like. But he's already given them a bunch and they're just not buying it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.